The movie opens up in a tense setting. 4 of the most intelligent people in the country are locked inside a small room. They are then given incredibly tough mathematical questions, with 1 minute to solve each of them. Failing to do so will result in the room slowly shrinking by the second. If the group fails to answer the question for an extended period of time, they will be crushed to death.
Quick, man, what's 2 plus 2? I don't know!
Following this, the movie cuts back to some weeks earlier. A handsome guy is seen captivating a group of women with not his looks, but a discussion on the Goldbach conjecture. This movie was not based on a true story. Goldbach conjecture is actually one of the oldest unsolved problems in the history of mathematics. It turns out the handsome guy has managed to solve the near impossible problem and is now planning to demonstrate it to the public. Right then, his friend yells at him and asks him to hurry to his room. Unfortunately, when the handsome guy enters his room, he discovers that someone has destroyed his presentation on the Goldbach conjecture. This deeply upsets him, as now he has to redo the entire thing in such a short period of time. The scene then shifts to an old man and mathematician playing chess with a friend. At the same moment, he shares a letter he received from a stranger named Fermat with his friend. The letter invites the country's top mathematicians to solve a challenging puzzle within 10 days, and the old man seems very happy to attend. Elsewhere, we see a bearded man struggling to solve the same problem in a library. As he is trying his best to find a clue, the librarian approaches him and reminds him to put the books back alphabetically. After this, when the bearded man looks at the problem again, he realizes that the solution to the puzzle is also alphabetical. Overjoyed, he solves the puzzle just in time.
A, B, C, D. I did it!
Following their successful solution of the mathematical puzzle, the participants receive a second letter from Fermat. The letter reveals that only 4 individuals managed to solve the puzzle, and for that, they are being officially invited to solve the greatest mathematical enigma in their country. The letter also includes instructions regarding the meeting place and a restriction on the use of cellular phones. To maintain anonymity, the participants are given aliases named after well-known academicians. I think it's academics. They will go by the names Dork, Nerd, Wiener, and Pie. As instructed, the 4 individuals meet at a riverbank, wearing their designated nicknames on their clothes. Pascal for the bearded man, Galois for the attractive young man, Hilbert for the elderly gentleman, and Oliva for the only woman among them. At dusk, a car from the other side of the river flashes its headlights, signaling to the participants. The group then realizes that they need to cross the river. Using a boat found on the bank, they cross the river and reach the car, which appears to be empty. However, they discover a personal digital assistant, PDA, that also stands for Public Drunk Affection, but these guys don't know about that, connected to the car's GPS system, containing information about their destination. The 4 individuals then get into the car, and with the help of the GPS, arrive at an abandoned warehouse in the countryside. Inside the warehouse, they find an elegant room where they begin to explore and wait for their host Fermat to arrive. Right then, Galois reveals that before they arrived there, he tried to dig deeper into Fermat's real identity, but failed to find any information. While he is talking, an old man enters the room and claims to be Fermat. The group then eagerly socializes with Fermat over dinner, discussing academia, mathematics, puzzles, and riddles, also virginity. However, their evening takes a sudden turn when Fermat receives a phone call from a hospital regarding the condition of his comatose daughter. Fermat immediately gets nervous and tells the group that he needs to go to the hospital. He then leaves, but not before promising the group that he will be back within an hour. As Fermat rushes off, he unintentionally leaves his coat behind. Pascal tries to catch up to him to return the coat, but fails. As he returns to the room carrying Fermat's coat, he discovers a wallet inside it, containing a photo of a young woman. Pascal is taken aback to see the photo as if he is related to her. Meanwhile, Hilbert exits briefly to wash his hands and inadvertently catches Olivia and Galois in a compromising position. He watches them kissing for a while and re-enters the room, where Pascal shows them Fermat's forgotten coat. Galois searches the pockets and finds some ID cards, revealing Fermat's real name, Roman. Just then, a mathematical puzzle with a 1-minute time limit appears on the PDA, and the group scrambles to solve it before time runs out. While Pascal examines the walls, Olivia, Hilbert, and Galois work together to crack the puzzle. However, they fail to complete the puzzle in the given time, and Pascal realizes that the walls around the room are moving. He tells the same to the others, and this creates a panic situation. Fortunately, before they are crushed to death, Pascal digs deep and eventually solves the puzzle, and as soon as they enter the correct answer in the PDA, PDA, the walls stop moving. This makes the group breathe a sigh of relief, but little did they know that they are in for a torrid turn of events. Soon, another enigma pops up on the PDA. This one contains a series of ones and zeros, and Hilbert proceeds to solve it with the help of playing blocks kept there. At this time, Pascal looks around the room and finds some documentation papers, revealing that the four walls of the room are connected to each of the powerful hydraulic presses and to the PDA. Except for Pascal, the trio tries their best to stop the moving walls by shoving books and shelves into them, but none of it seems to work. Books won't solve all your problems, you friggin' nerds. Amidst the chaos, Pascal confesses to accidentally running over Fermat's daughter a month ago, revealing that this is his revenge. But the others are unsure about why they have been dragged into this. Then, Galois finally solves the problem, but just seconds later, another one arises. When the room begins to shrink again, the light from one corner breaks. Luckily, the three men quickly save the remaining lights, while Olivia solves the puzzle, causing the room to stop shrinking. As they catch their breath, the players reveal information about themselves, hoping to find a connection and an answer as to why Fermat chose them over all other participants. Pascal reveals that the academics from their alias died at the same age they are now, catching everyone's attention. He then shows them the books written by famous mathematicians with the same name, and concludes that they are here to die. Just then, the cell phone chimes again, and another puzzle arises. This time, when Olivia focuses on solving the puzzle on her own, the other three lay the bookshelf and the other furniture on the floor, trying to stop the movement of the walls. Though Olivia solves the enigma with some time remaining, Galois suggests that she not submit the answer, as another will appear immediately. He instead asks her to help them arrange the furniture. During this, Galois tosses a table to stop the moving wall, without noticing the PDA that was kept on top of it. Suddenly, when the time is up, the walls start shrinking, and the group fails to find the PDA to enter the answer to the previous enigma. In the midst of the search, Galois stumbles upon an invitation to Fermat. This makes the group wonder why the host would invite himself to his own game. They deduce that this Fermat is a fake one, but they don't have much time to ponder as they need to find the phone. Fortunately, Olivia finds it in the nick of time, and Hilbert inputs the correct answer, causing the room to stop shrinking. Meanwhile, the fake Fermat they had encountered before becomes agitated and argues with hospital staff about a phone call he had received. However, the staff informs him that the hospital had not called him, and upon checking his call log, they discover a private number. It is then revealed that the real Fermat who invited the four scholars is still unknown, and the fake Fermat they had met earlier is just another player in the game. The true host has used him to deceive the others, and the fake Fermat has no idea about this. As the nurse reassures the fake Fermat about his daughter's stable condition, the tense situation defuses. Meanwhile, back at the players, Olivia and Galois have a disagreement about the person who destroyed the latter's presentation. Olivia suspects that the real Fermat might be responsible, but Galois believes that it was some random kid. As they argue, Hilbert notices that Olivia seems to know Galois well and pushes her to reveal their past relationship. Seemingly trapped, she finally confesses that they used to date, but their relationship ended when Galois accused her of cheating. Here, they were just pretending to not know each other, so as to not arouse any unwanted attention. Soon, their conversation is interrupted when Pascal reads another puzzle from the phone. The players then shift their focus to solving the problem, but unfortunately, time runs out before they can complete it. The walls start moving again, but the players remain composed and determined. Just seconds later, they solve the puzzle and move on to the next enigma. This time, Hilbert insists on solving it, while Olivia starts explaining her side of the story. She admits to playing a game of chess online, but when she was defeated by a skilled opponent, her curiosity turned into interest. She then reveals that she attended a gathering of important people on a boat after getting an invitation from the mysterious player. After discovering some illegal activities happening on the boat, the sense of freedom and excitement drew Olivia back to the party time, and time again. I read that terribly. This caused Galois to suspect her of having an affair. She was having an affair with fun. After listening to this, Pascal deduces that the person Olivia met might have planned and organized everything. To everyone's surprise, Olivia denies this and reveals that the person who invited her is actually in the room with them. Pascal then turns to Hilbert, who seems to be ignoring the situation, while Galois clenches his jaw and fist in frustration. Enraged, he tries to break the PDA, while Olivia silently cries, remembering her awful deeds. Pascal screams at Galois, warning him that their lives depend on the PDA PDA, but the handsome guy no longer seems to care about it. Suddenly, the walls start to move again, and Pascal realizes that the person who made the phone call to the fake Fermat must have been behind everything. He thinks for a while and deduces that Galois could not have made the call while sitting in front of them, and the only person who was not present during the call was Hilbert. To everyone's surprise, Hilbert calmly admits that he is the real Fermat. Pascal then checks his suitcase and finds out that he is the one who had sent the letters to them. Scared, Olivia instructs Pascal to call the fake Fermat for help, but Hilbert reveals that he is already dead. Hilbert also mentions that he had placed a poisonous chemical inside the fake Fermat's car that can kill him within minutes. Why even invite him at all then? Meanwhile, a police officer stops the fake Fermat for inattentive driving as he tries to answer his phone. The two chat for a while, and when the old man mentions his sick daughter, the officer feels pity on him and lets him go. Not only this, he even gets inside the car to accompany the fake Fermat to the abandoned warehouse. Unfortunately, just minutes later, when the fake Fermat puts on the seatbelt, he comes in contact with the poison and gets knocked unconscious. This results in a horrific crash that kills both of them on the spot. Back in the room, Hilbert finally confesses the real reason why he has done it all. He reveals that he spent decades working on the Goldbach conjecture, but when he saw an article in a magazine claiming that Galois, a bachelor, had solved it before him, he felt like his life's work had been for nothing. Hilbert also reveals that he once considered committing the unthinkable, but then decided to meet Galois instead. He states that when he learned about Galois' presentation being sabotaged, he sent an email to him, but it was Olivia who replied, confirming that Galois had to redo everything. Hilbert then decided to set up a test to see how intelligent Galois really was. He orchestrated the events of the evening, including putting poison in the clasp of the fake Fermat's safety belt, which caused the car accident that killed him along with the policeman. Hilbert's plan is to make the authorities believe that the fake Fermat has taken revenge on Pascal. As the group tries to process this information, Galois drops another bombshell. He never actually solved the Goldbach conjecture. He reveals that he had lied about it to get Olivia's attention, and the lie grew until it gained media attention. In addition, Galois also tells that he destroyed his own presentation and lied to the press about it to keep up the charade. Everyone knows that the Goldbach conjecture is the key to the female orgasm, and we all know that that's a myth! Everyone is stunned by this revelation, and the tension in the room is palpable. Hearing all this, Hilbert realizes with a sense of relief that he is the only one who has truly solved the problem. Galois then looks into Hilbert's paperwork on the Goldbach conjecture and finds it to be absolutely amazing. All of a sudden, he charges at Hilbert, knocking him out. Pascal manages to stop him, and they all turn their attention to the blackboard, where they see the word Libertad. Breaking it open, they discover an escape panel. One by one, they slide into the opening, hoping to escape this treacherous room. Olivia is the first to go through, and Galois follows her, taking Hilbert's paperwork on the Goldbach conjecture with him. As the group escapes through the panel, Pascal finds himself in a precarious situation where his pants get caught, almost trapping him in the room. But fortunately, with a stroke of luck, he frees himself just in time, narrowly avoiding being crushed by the closing presses. In the last scene, while the trio is on a boat, crossing the river, Galois ponders whether he should publish Hilbert's groundbreaking work on Goldbach conjecture under his own name, or attribute it to Hilbert. The movie ends with Pascal stepping forward and tossing the precious paperwork into the flowing river, saying Galois doesn't deserve it. The world's not ready for the female orgasm. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.